Dirty folks, dirty folks, dirty folks. No soap, no soap.
What's up, man? This dirty folks. Welcome to the podcast. Yo, this is gonna be a real quick one, just based on some a Facebook rant. I've been seeing a lot of stuff on social media, especially when it comes to quote unquote black people, about everything that's just goofy, swirling, black women not being supportive, blah 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 blah. Here's the thing: I don't care what toddlers do, because toddlers don't toddler. So I try to address men because at least men should have some type of logical or rational mind. So let me tell you this: if you call yourself a black man, stop. And I'll explain to you why. You're not black, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's break it down to culture, right? Being black is a childish thing. I think every child should be black, but no adult should, right? This is a childish culture. Now check this out. When you talking culture, you talking about things that build some type of tradition, things that build some sense of community, things that build camaraderie, and that's cool. When you're from birth to 8 years old, you wait for Santa Claus to bring you gifts, right? So from birth to 8, you told Santa knows when you sleep, when you awake, when you bad or good. If you good, you get presents. If you bad, you get a coal in your stocking, right? So then around 8 years old, 8 to 10 years old, you realize there ain't no Santa Claus, it's really your dad. But you don't let him know that you know yet. You just chill because you still want the gifts. But your Christmas present list get bigger. And then all of a sudden, around 10, 11 years old, they tell you, yeah, Santa Claus was fake. But let me tell you about this Jesus. He know when you bad or good. He know when you sleep, when you awake. If you good your whole life, you go to heaven. If not, you go to hell. So basically, Jesus becomes Santa Claus for adults, right? But it's building that culture. The same thing with being black. Black gives you a sense of community, especially since you got redline. But when you get older, you realize that, man, you don't have to identify with a culture. Black is not a race. Black is not an ethnicity. Black is not a nationality. It's a crayon that they use to build a culture. There's no such thing as white people. White people are only white around black people because you need the juxtaposition. You have to have the black to be the white. If you put two white people in the room, two quote unquote white people in the room, they're not white. One of them going to be Jewish, another one going to be Irish or Italian or whatever. They're going to fall back to their nationality, to their tribe. They know they're not white. They're only white in juxtaposition to people who think they black. But you ain't black. So, black being a culture, you can unsubscribe to a culture. You don't have to be part of that culture. When I was a kid, I loved hip hop. I was part of the hip hop culture, probably from Rakim and Cool G Rap and BDP all the way up to Wu-Tang Clan. I was indebted in the culture, man. I was part of the hieroglyphics, all type of, stuff for that time period. You know what I'm saying? 90s. I was that. You know what I'm saying? Then I turned deep house. I had the stack shoes, the flower paisley shirts, the beads, wore the funny hats. I go to disco parties and slam dance and all type of shit. I was part of the deep house culture. I don't even go to deep house parties no more. I ain't going to no old school hip hop. I outgrew the hip hop culture. I outgrew the deep house culture. I outgrew the Santa Claus culture. I outgrew the Easter culture quick because I'm like, yo, how can rabbits have eggs? Like, you don't have to be part of a culture. So you don't have to be black. You're a man before you anything. I don't know why they put the black before the man anyway. But you a man before you anything. And if you just choose to be a man, you could be that. But if you're going to be a man, you can't worry about what these toddlers talking about. Because these folks ain't talking about shit. They just like to argue. That's too much energy. Love and hate is the same emotion. especially to a top. You know what I'm saying? I will get more women cussing them out, be like, man, sure, that's why you got acne on your nose. Then you will calling her beautiful and bringing her flowers, because it doesn't matter what type of energy you get. Toddlers just want energy. You see fourth graders, fifth graders. You got the good kids in class that can read, and then you got the ones who parents ain't give a fuck about them, so they just disrupt the class because they want the teacher's attention. Toddlers gonna toddle. They just some grown ass 30, 40-year-old toddlers, man. That's it. That's it. And they try to convince you that you black because that's the only thing, the only tie that they have in order to manipulate you. Because if they have to go on merit about actually being somebody, they'll come up short 10 out of 10 times. And the same thing with toddler dudes. You know what I'm saying? Toddler is a unisex word. You know what I'm saying? I figure like, I don't know, 30, 40% of men are toddlers, 98% of women. So anyway, man, that's all I want to say about that, man. It just hurts me when I see all the stuff like SYSBM and Mix and Ignore and I'm like, yo, it's unnecessary, bro. It's unnecessary. That's you. That's you doing a male version of matriarchy by taking you away from society that you think is dysfunctional because bitches is dysfunctional, instead of trying to gravitate toward guys who will tribalize with you and work with you and helping them help you create a system, structure, and infrastructure that you can be self-sufficient, and toddlers come to you. You know what I'm saying? Toddlers only talk shit when you got nothing. You get $2 in your pocket, toddlers chasing you for $1.50. You ain't got to worry about that shit, my G. You ain't got to worry about that shit. Anyway, man, quit being black so you can be functional. There's nothing functional about being black. Not the black bourgeois, not the hood. There's nothing functional about being black. That's part of a culture. There's very functional people of tawny and swarthy complexion with melanated people. A lot of them. They don't ain't black. Because what you tell, motherfuckers act black. Didn't you hear that all the time? With white girls, she acting black. Black is a culture. And it's a culture of dysfunction. You ain't got to be black, my dude. Anyway, man, love each other as you love yourself. Feed the pack.